along to the Dog and Parrot for a big match today. Newcastle United versus Liverpool. Any Liverpool fans in? How many? Depends on what we're going to say, you see. Are you got a few in? He's going to win the league, lads. You hope so. Okay, don't worry, it's a friendly ball, lads. You're not going to get chipped. Okay, Newcastle Liverpool. Usually this game will go into it with a lot of trepidation. Today we're going in on a high. Newcastle United have managed to stay safe this season and are looking to build next season. What better person to talk to today than our regular guest, Supermac, who, let's not forget, scored a hat-trick against Liverpool on his home debut in 1971. Put your hands together, Supermac! Okay, Mal, they didn't boo you, that's a good sign. Probably because you got your teeth knocked out by the goalkeeper that day. Mal, I've been away to Tenerife. I've been away for a week. Newcastle won 3 games. Holly reckons, who, by the way, let's give Holly a round of applause. She stepped in for me. Well done, Holly, when I was away. Holly reckons I should stay away because I'm a jinx. Is this true?
Oh, what a relief it would be for all of us. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely again? Holly does a brilliant impression of you, I have to say, except she talks sense.
Okay, so we've established that I'm a jinx. If we lose today, Holly says I've got to go away again, so I will, I promise. Alright, great. It's been a great week though, hasn't it? Joking aside, you know, 2 wonderful home wins, and I think as a Newcastle fan, we're probably all used to going like to Norwich and then thinking there's going to be an inevitable banana skin. We're going to get beat off Norwich, bottom of the league, but it didn't happen. Newcastle went there, they took the game by the scruff of the neck. Joe Linton, who we wouldn't have paid 40 pence for before the takeover, is now worth in excess of 40 million, I think. And Bruno, who's become a hero at Newcastle, again showing just a bit of sublime skill to round the game off and make it 3-0. But we went there, we got a great result. Holly and her dad were down there, I wasn't, of course, said could have been 5 or 6, but what a good performance, man.
It was. It's exceedingly good. And Norwich, they've had just a bit of form prior to that game. So well done to Newcastle. There were changes, but it didn't seem to make any real difference at all in the way that Newcastle played. And I think there are, the improvements that we've seen have been hugely significant to everything that's changed the whole mood around for us. But what intrigued me with the Norwich game was that changes were made. People were shifted in positions, Joe Linton in particular, and he responded. He responded better than I've seen him at all in his time at Newcastle. So I thought that he took his goals superbly well. Everybody was dovetailing with each other, and it was an absolutely terrific performance. What I think it will stand in good stead for today, of that I hope. But we are playing right now. I wouldn't mind suggesting that Liverpool are the best side in the world at the moment, best club side. The way that Klopp has them set up, it's so attacking. They just throw caution to the wind and go for it because they've got such confidence in the people they have at the back, and so we're in for one hell of a game today. But it set us up beautifully because when you think that we are second only to Liverpool in form since the beginning of this year. And so if the league table were to have started on January the 1st, we would be second in the table, Man City would be third. And that's an incredible turnaround to the absolute crap that we were having to witness with Steve Bruce here in the latter part of last year. And so what I think is really, really interesting, because what we've got is a trio of very difficult games against all the top sides. And so we've got Liverpool today, Man City away on Wednesday, and then the following Monday we've got Arsenal back here. And so we can use these as a huge gauge as to how far we've come on under Eddie Howe, how much difference there is between those three sides and Newcastle United. Are we just being a bit lucky, or are we substantially improving in the long term as well as the current? And so the next three games, it's going to be, I think, the most fascinating trio of matches that I've witnessed for many, many a year. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. Because we're safe points-wise, I'm not so concerned that we have to win games. I think that what is most important now is that we start looking at what is required in the summer to improve the side for next season. So it would be lovely if we are genuinely, from the very beginning of next season, competing with the Liverpools, Man Cities and Arsenals. That would be great, be wonderful. I think it might be a bit of a leap too far, but certainly over the next 2 or 3 seasons, we are going to be there. Of that I'm fairly convinced. And but today is going to be a very interesting gauge for all of us, I think.
Players that have improved, Malcolm, let's just talk about that. I mean, a few weeks ago we were looking at the likes of Almiron, we were looking at Emil Kraft, and saying that, you know, that their days are numbered. But the last couple of weeks, when we've had injuries to the likes of Kieran Trippier, Ryan Fraser, those players in particular have come in and done a sterling job. And I mentioned Joe Linton as well. I mean, people walking around with t-shirts now with Joe Linton on. People walking around with Brazilian shirts on to celebrate the fact that we've got Bruno and Joe Linton playing for this club of ours. But it's an amazing turnaround for those three. And I watched Micah Richards on Match of the Day. I played catch up when I came back off holiday, and he was under the same kind of situation when Man City had the takeover. He was playing full back and playing for Man City, and he said it changes the mindset of the players who are at the club, because if you want to play and you want to play for this team which is going to go through this revolution, you've got to up your game, and we're seeing that, aren't we, with those players in deep.
Absolutely, and the games are being upped hugely. They really are. But it's not overstretching players, and that's what I've been looking for. But it hasn't been happening, and the players are so enjoying it right now, and that's a key. You know, you look at Liverpool, you look at Man City, and they're just loving to get out on the pitch and play their game, because they know that they're right on top of it, that they really are that good. And so all of a sudden Newcastle, they've got that look about them, and you picked out Kraft and you picked out Joe Linton. I couldn't agree more. I think they're the most two improved players, and the improvement is absolutely colossal for both individuals. Kraft, I think it was only about 6 months ago I was saying, for heaven's sake, get him out the club in January. Just get him gone in the window. And now I'm looking, I'm thinking, well, I think Trippier is a better player, but he's still going to be given a run for his money by Kraft. Joe Linton, it's quite extraordinary, the turnaround in him. He wasn't worth fortunes before Eddie Howe came in, and now, as you say, he'll be increasing his fee. He's got more tackles, successful tackles, in midfield than any other player in the Premiership. Now that's it, and since he's changed positions, and that is quite remarkable. and he's not wasting passes in any way, he's not losing possession, and it's almost unrecognisable to the oath that was brought in by Steve Bruce. So well done to Joe Linton, well done to Kraft, but well done to all the other players who are all benefiting from this wonderful turnaround, and it is a truly exciting time. I think just walking down from the ground, the excitement that you can sense with all the supporters, you know, they really are looking forward to a game of football now, knowing that they can at least have a scrap on a level par, even with the likes of Liverpool. So it's going to be a fascinating game today.
Okay, today's game, Newcastle versus Liverpool, you've already mentioned it. Two of the form teams in the league, Liverpool 35 points, Newcastle 32 since January. We know the levels, we're not stupid. We're Newcastle fans, don't believe what the papers think and the media think. We don't expect to be winning the Champions League or the League or the FA Cup. I think we'll all be delighted if we win the League Cup next season. You know what I mean, that would be a start. But for us, we know we're up against it today, but the shackles are off. There's no worry for us, we're not going to go down. So, how do you see the game panning out? What do you see happening? I've already gone on social media this week and said, I still feel, despite what Eddie Howe said yesterday, there'll be a place for Trippier in the squad today. I think he'll be on the bench. I think and if it's 0-0 with 10 minutes to go, and Kieran Trippier comes on, that ground will go up. And if we get a free kick outside the box, who knows what could happen?
Yeah, very true. And he has become such a crowd favourite, and quite rightly so. If he's on the bench, all well and good, but what I've noticed, whilst he's been out injured, he hasn't been out. He's been out of the team, but he's actually been there with the squad. He's been travelling with the squad, and just watching him when he was playing, his communication with all his teammates has been absolutely excellent. And the beauty about him is he has this wealth of experience and the ability to explain things out to players, and he's helping them on as much as Eddie Howe or anybody else. And the fact that he's wanted to be there when he was out injured, there with the players, that shows the mettle of the fella, and good for him. And it will be absolutely wonderful if we do see him in action again today. It'd be, I think, hugely welcome back.
Okay, Mal, give us a prediction.
I'm going to take Newcastle to get a draw on this. I think it's going to be all square, albeit the back line have got to play out their skins against Liverpool, because they are so full of threat all the way across the pitch. And so, and I can see goals as well. So I'm going to take 2 each.
I'm going for the same. Yeah, I'm going for the same. Just a little one for the Liverpool fans. When you're walking up to the ground, the Bobby Robson garden, which is just behind the Gallagher end as you go up, John Fitzpatrick from the Felon has done a wonderful floral tribute today for the lads and lasses who lost their lives at Hillsborough, the 97. They're never forgotten, lads. You'll never walk alone. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day today. Enjoy the match. Malcolm will be back in at 3 o'clock. How are the lads?